I gotta remember exactly what I was gonna talk about. My face is in another video. Sit that there. Okay, so this is my third or fourth time recording this. I started off having really nice inspirational music. It looked like I had my stuff together. Then I recorded it a second time and it was really boring. And I'm still unsure exactly where to go with this. I hate the word devlog. That's a good place to start, I guess. Devlog is an annoying word, but I'm gonna use it here. And that's the rest of the video. We're just gonna rant about devlogs. So the hardest part, I think, is where to start. I guess I could start at the beginning, but I don't even really know where that is. About 5 years ago, I was using Unity, which is not another rag on Unity. Unity's fine, but I just could not get anywhere with it. I would start a project, work on it for a year or two, and then drop it. And it was just because everything I wanted to do in Unity didn't seem to be feasible. And I guess it was just because I was having my expectations a lot higher than they should have been, because it was first projects. But I finally decided one summer, I believe it was 2015, to sit down and just learn how to use Unreal. And I took about 200 tutorials and put them on my iPod and just listened to them while I was working. And everything started to click. I tried Unreal before, but then it clicked. And I'd seen the Hellboy movie like around the same time, and I was like, man, that scene where he's talking about all the cool stuff that goes into his bullets, which is
holy water, clove leaves, silver shavings, white oak, the wakes.
I was like, that's a really cool idea. I've always liked the idea of hunting monsters. And as the Greenlight comments pointed out, it seems very Witcher-ish, but The Witcher wasn't even Witcher 3, which is what really got the whole monster hunting thing going, wasn't out then. Like the other games, I guess, probably did. I didn't play them. And so I worked on that for a year and a half or so, and it went on to Greenlight, which was an interesting experience because I got a lot of good comments, but the comments like this one. They make you kind of cringe a little bit when you're first showing stuff to the world. I'd made the mistake of like never posting anything. I don't even think I'd put a video on YouTube. It was like my first gameplay of it was this really awful trailer here. And I mean, it wasn't at the time. I don't think it was that bad because I'd never edited a video. I mean, my editing skills haven't like gone up much further, but it was definitely a learning experience. And the game wasn't ready to be done. Like it wasn't even close then. I had started learning C++ with The Hunt is what I called it, and then I called it The Hunt: A Primeval Future because there was a movie called The Hunt. Now there's another movie called The Hunt. So I don't know how copyright law works with movies, but it seems like movies can be just named the same thing everywhere, and it doesn't matter. But you don't want to game the same name as movies because both of those movies actually were a little bit controversial and nothing to do with hunting monsters as a robot, which is what the game was about. Robots, not controversy. And the fact that it's robots is kind of a weird thing. It's the game itself was not written out in a game plan. I took notes and stuff as I went along. But the idea of being a robot was never thought of in the beginning because it was going to be like an old. I was always thinking something along the lines of Van Helsing or something like that. And I just like playing as the mannequin. I was like, one day, why don't I just make it a robot? Because human faces suck. Well, I suck at making human faces. Human faces are nice. And so I went on to make robots, and it became its own little thing. And in 2017, I restarted the project, sort of, but not like, the standard, oh, I quit, I can't do this. But I broke everything, and I couldn't figure out how to make the code not crash. And so I started over from scratch and rebuilt it all with the same, ideas and underpinning. And it's, up to this point, I've added quests, things. I'm blanking. Got a complicated RPG stat system. I think I over engineer everything that goes into it, and that gets us up to this point where we've got bounty hunting, robots, and a lot of stuff. And going forward, I'd like to just kind of have a little bit of a more technical devlog instead of just this overarching story. But as I build things now, I think I could go through and talk about them. Also, along the way to get to the point in this project, I made probably one of the greatest Not probably, definitely the greatest Oculus Go game ever made. That's Bubble Pop Beach. If you haven't played Bubble Pop Beach, you're missing out. It's there's a video on here. There's no sound because Oculus Go couldn't handle the sound. But I've made that. I've put assets on the store between there. So if you're somebody who's making a game and you're like really having a trouble sticking to the game or just, feeling like you're not getting anywhere, I highly recommend side projects because side projects will make your life better because they can be done in a short amount of time if you're working on a big, massive project. And I recommend that. I also recommend buying my assets, but it's up to you. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait. It's Black Friday. Black Friday sales. Speaking of buying assets, they're on sale. Mine are. Other people's are too, but don't worry about them. You can get all of my assets for the price of, I think, 2, because they're 30% off. So it'll be like around the same price of buying 2 assets but you get all 3. And I've got more coming to the store, but they're not here now, but that's coming. So this kind of turned into a nice little ad. I hope you enjoyed it. I would like to talk about game development topics in the future. If there's like a topic that would be interesting, put it in the comments. I don't know. I guess it's probably my responsibility to come up with the topics for videos if I'm gonna make videos, but thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, or don't. That's up to you. If you do subscribe though, I could get closer to 1,000 and that would be really nice. Get my coffee cup. I need to get the coffee mug, the merch, because once I start selling these. Oh. Sit that there.